We have a couple of guests today. So welcome to Rich Bontrager, if that's the way you pronounce it, and Ali Skyler.
We'll go with that.
Welcome, Ali.
Hey, everybody. Nice to be here.
And for the benefit of those two guests, this is the Trusted Referral Network. We're a network of about 180 independent marketing services providers across the country. We get together on a weekly basis, Tuesday evenings one week at 5 p.m. Eastern, and Wednesday mornings the following week. And we usually have a showcase presenter. Sometimes when we don't have one signed up, we'll have somebody volunteer to wing it, and that usually works out pretty well. But this week we have John Parsons, who is he's prepared. And everybody gets the showcase gets 15 minutes to do a deep dive into their area of expertise. After that, each member gets, or each attendee gets about 2 minutes, 2 to 3. It looks like it's going to be about 2 minutes this time because we have a nice full house to do a brief intro. What you do, what makes you different, what your unique selling proposition is, how you can help others, and what you are looking for in terms of leads, or if any other type of, if you want to describe your ideal client. And don't forget, this is just an intro. So you're going to have the opportunity to meet everybody, get a tidbit about what they do, and see if it makes sense to connect with at least one person on this call that you haven't already connected with. So with that, I'm going to give you, put the timer on for 15 minutes. I'm going to move you into speaker mode. So if everybody else would go on mute. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. Also, a good idea is to put your LinkedIn profile in the chat. John Parsons, do you want to share your screen?
I do.
I assume you do.
Yeah, I'm going to share.
So now you can.
Now I can do so. Okay.
And as soon as you pull that up, I'll start the timer.
Thanks. Thanks, Michael. Can everybody see this and hear me?
Interactive video, yes.
Okay.
Did you, by the way, before you start, since you have video on here, did you hit the share?
Did. Both. Okay. I hit both.
Okay.
Both options, so you can hopefully hear. If anything's too loud or too soft for you guys, your audio controls are going to be much more important than mine. So anyway, let's start. So okay. I've been teasing this for what, about 6 weeks, Michael?
Something like that.
So interactive video is our thing. We've been exploring it for quite some time. We've been doing video for longer, just regular online video. Interactive video is based on the fact, well, video itself is valuable. I don't think anybody contests that. It's easier cognitively to process images, motion, and sound than it is to process words. Potentially, it's more memorable for marketing, and it's also potentially better for SEO and search engine marketing. But there are significant downsides. One is the high cost potential or reality, and there's increasing competition. There's something like millions of new videos uploaded to YouTube every day. So it's a crowded place to try to get attention. It's also, for the most part, a passive viewing experience. You click, you watch, and nothing else happens. So because there's a lack of true interactivity in most video. So to be honest, let me explain what I mean. Most video is interactive technically. There's a play button that you have to play or pause. You watch the video, and most platforms at the end of a video, even something like Vimeo today, a low cost version of Vimeo, gives you the option to put a call to action at the end of your video, and you can click that and go to a number of different options, but it's pretty constrained. Real interactivity still starts with a video that you play, but at certain points in the timeline, there are choices to be made by the user. And the object is to give the user as much autonomy as you can and let them choose the experience they want. So you can branch. One of the key features of true interactive video is branching. So you can go to a number of different videos. They have different scenarios for a customer, different circumstances, you name it. And within those videos, you can have different actions like calling up a document or playing an audio file. The sky's pretty much the limit. This is a fairly simple model. It gets really complex. And at the end or in the middle of these separate videos, there can be calls to action as in a regular video. But the problem is that all of this interactivity requires that you subscribe to a platform. And usually it's a very high cost platform. The one that we use is several $1,000s a year, broken down into easy monthly payments. Even Vimeo has a very high-end option that lets you do more interactivity because they bought an interactive video company, but it's like $1,000 a month, I think. So what we propose to do is offer platform-independent interactivity. What I mean by that is we've coined a phrase, D-notes, for digital interactive video notes. And what we do is we create the videos and the animations and all the things in an HTML5 package that's yours to keep. We send it to you. You can post it on your website, post it on a landing page. And the value is that you have that for as long as you have your website or your landing page. There's no monthly subscription fees to a platform. However, if you want to, you can play video that's on an existing platform. So if you have video on YouTube or Vimeo, you can still play that video with this system, as well as embed the video and do magical things with it. So I'm going to stop, Michael. I'm going to stop sharing this screen and share another one. That's okay with you? I can do this right. And I will give you a couple of examples. So what we did is we created a series of fictitious businesses.
Hi, this is Wally Cox.
And this is what
I'm the host of a brand new.
Okay. So I work with a producer of virtual events. He's one of my clients. So we decided to create a pretend podcast about his industry, and we got his agreement to do a fake interview for our fake podcast. And this is the screen you will see with this particular D-note. There's a play button, and the more button appears, we have it appear almost immediately, but it can appear later in the video. And what will happen is if you get tired of watching the video, you can click to the next scene, click the more button, or it's automatically triggered. Once you play the video, it will automatically go to the next scene. So I'm going to play that and let you listen.
Hi, this is Wally Cox. I'm the host of a brand new podcast, The Virtual Venue. If your boss has ever told you, hey, go set up one of those virtual meeting things for 200 sales guys, or if you're just trying to not lose your mind leading a Zoom meeting or 20, then the virtual venue is for you. My guests come from every part of the virtual event community. We interview tech CEOs, event planners, and journalists covering the world of Zoom, Teams, WebEx, GoToMeeting, Google Meet. So many platforms. So anyway, join us on the virtual venue. You've got questions? We've got answers.
So now it automatically shifts to the second scene. And what you see are two animations. One's the logo that appears once, and then there's an animation that appears in the background and loops endlessly, because this is our navigation hub, so to speak. And from that hub, we can do things like find out more about the podcast, even though it's a fake podcast. We can subscribe to it, go to Spotify or Apple if there were links to that. We can also, because it's a podcast, we can listen. So what Lee and I did is we recorded this fake interview, and my production team added these audio clips. We can play one, for example, like this. Since the pandemic, we hear a lot of complaints about Zoom fatigue. Is that even a real thing? And if it is, what can be done about it?
I do think it's real. But I think to that end, it's kind of like when people have to go to live meetings all the time.
So this is Lee opining on things like hybrid meetings. We're still talking with Lee Diener, the head of Leading Edge Training. Lee, now that companies want people back in the office, there are a lot more hybrid events. What's your take on those? And are they fair to both audiences, the on-site and the virtual?
That's a great question. And I would say that in the beginning, and still in a lot of cases, if the right planning is not done, no, they're not fair to both audiences.
So this is derived from his and my interaction over the years. I wrote his first book, and we've been writing blogs for him ever since. But this is the basic, very simple interaction. The one of the overlays is the contact overlay, and that gives us the ability to add more calls to action. We did so. If somebody wants to become a guest on their podcast or a sponsor, they can click that button, and because it's fake, this just goes to my Calendly link page. So they can set their own, they can make their own meeting. So anything that's URL equivalent, they can use. The subscribe button opens up an email, but Zoom won't let me show you that because of the way Zoom is structured. I'm going to close that and go back. And so that's a simple one. A more complex one would be we created a fake bike shop. And this is what you would see in the beginning. And then a few seconds later, you'll see the more button appear, which is not dependent on the video. But I'm going to play that one, and partway through, I'm going to click the more button to show you what happens.
Bikes. From the first moment, you knew you loved them, and you always will. No matter how you ride, it's still the same feeling.
So at this point, or at any point, actually, you can click, and the overlay will give you a series of branching choices. If someone's interested in kids' bikes, they can go there. It has the text description. If they want, they can listen to that same description.
We offer a wide range of bikes for kids of every
age. And so on. And then you can go on from that description to a gallery. And this has B-roll footage of kids riding bikes, but it also has a shopping gallery of different bikes that they can look at. And if this were a real site, they could order the bike or do something else related to this. If that's not the one they want, they can go back. And they can pick mountain bikes, which has the same description, same kind of description, and a gallery of bikes that they can browse through. And a friend of mine owns a bike shop, and he was very interested in this, but he says we don't have e-ordering, so we'd have to take that button out, which is fine. So here we have the
no matter how
screen.
you ride a bike, we can give you the best experience. Stop by our store or make an appointment. We'll help you find the bike for you.
So here's another pop-up with more calls to action. The make an appointment one is a Calendly link email. The directions to our shop simply calls up Google Maps. And if this were a real shop, it would give the address to the address for the shop. And obviously, most people would want a link to the website. And so there you go. I'm going to stop sharing and ask if there are any questions.
Hi, Jon. Is this just for e-commerce, for actual products that you can sell, or would it be
no,
for
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I mean, we have the podcast one. We also did one for a fake coaching practice, where whatever it is, these can go out. They were originally conceived as postcards, and you would send it out as an email with a link, because you can't load these onto HTML. Most email won't accept this complexity, but you can have a link back to a landing page, and the landing page would be whatever you want. So if it's a coach, you're reminding them, it could be the thought of the week, or you could have a template built that would do these, and you would insert a different message in like the second or third slide. I can show that one if you want, but it's what I'll do for everybody is I'll send out the three samples that we've created. They're sitting on subdomains on our website, so performance it varies. But yeah, it's e-commerce was one aspect, but pretty much anything you can do to remind people, or to build your list or build your clientele. It could be a closed loop for people that you are already your customers. Just the thing that they watch. For the coaching one was originally conceived because my wife is a coach. So what are the things that you need to do to gain perspective? So it would be a new thought, like a thought of the week, that you could plug in. You could do the recording and the voiceover, but have basically the same motif. You wouldn't have to reinvent the video every time.
So it would be a link in the email.
Be a link in the email or a link in the text. Well, it wouldn't. It could be text. It could be whatever you choose. And the ones that I just showed you were designed for phones. because we have to keep the video resolution fairly low for low bandwidth. So you saw a big screen version, but I think when we produce these professionally, we'll have two layouts: one that produces it full screen on a phone, and the other that produces it slightly smaller within a big screen.
Thank you.
I think Rich had a question.
Yeah, John, would this work well on a landing page or on your website as your first gradient? So it is a virtual tour on your main website, or does it work better as a lead gen in an email with a link? Which way do you think works better?
I don't think there's I don't think there's an answer for that, because they're good at both. There's a widget that we can use to put it on a WordPress site, so it'll just be an object like a banner on your WordPress site. Which is what we're going to do as soon as we get. We're too busy making these to actually put them on our website at the moment. But we're replacing some of the interactive video content on our site with this, and that'll be coming soon.
And then
yeah.
how long does it take to build? How long does it take to build one out?
If we
Like
have
if
the
you work with
template,
a client, how long did it take you to kind of recreate one?
if we had an agreed upon template, that's the big part of it, is to decide what the sequence is. It's a few days, depending on, also it depends on the capture, because creating the links is just putting these in InDesign and designated where the buttons go. We have several templates built already that we just have to slot in different content.
Are
So
you
I would
planning?
say I would give it a week typically.
So John, I just want to see if I understand the concept here. So the uniqueness, or what makes it different, is that you really have the ability to embed a call to action or multiple steps within the video itself, which makes it very different and very unique. And does the individual who purchases it have the ability to go back in and change it, or do they, the first question, or do they have to come back to you if, like you just said, if you have a sale one week and then you keep the video and you change the CTA the next week? And then also in the case of a phone in a browser, I'm assuming it opens in a new window. What do you do in the case of a phone? Does it take you from an email into Chrome, into Safari, or whatever the email client is?
It would open your default browser. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as changing goes, we're working on making that as easy as templated as possible. So it's a matter of, we want this call to action or this specifics. We would have fields that probably we would be changing, but we would do it as a maintenance charge, not as it's not a new design project, unless you're changing the whole, unless you're creating a brand new video for one of the scenes. We try to keep that to a minimum. We use a lot of B-roll, and we use a lot of royalty-free stock. That the kid bicycle thing is from iStock, as you could see, because we haven't purchased it yet. But once those are done, it's a phone call or an email.
I think it's great.
I think it's great.
Yeah, really cool.
It reminds me of Macromedia and being able to have interactivity and video all blended into one.
Yeah.
You used to, with tools like that, if you, like your idea of the thought for the week, you could have a file name that it called, and each week just replace the file and use the same name so that it's always calling the new. Does it work?
I didn't catch the last part of your question.
Does it, if you have the thought for the week, as you presented it, and each week that changes, if I replace a little recording file with the thought for the week, can it call out and the user can update that one section themselves?
At the moment, well, it's an audio file, so at the moment we have to do that, but it's a case of InDesign links to the audio file. We would say link to a different audio file, and that's it. And then we re-upload the HTML. We could probably do it directly. Right now we could probably redo it directly, because in the resources file, the audio file is part of the package. So webmaster, fairly novice webmaster, could go into that file and just replace the audio file with the same file name. So this would be thought.mp3, and we would just put a different thought.mp3 in the resources, so we wouldn't have to upload anything new. other than that.
All right, let's wrap it up. I just put in the chat the order in which people showed up, more or less. I moved Jon back to the end in case we get crunched, since he already gave a 15-minute presentation. But if we have time, he can give a overall intro. Cool. For those, we're going to do 2 minutes, and you'll hear my phone go off at that 2-minute mark. Since we do have, 5 times, we have 21 people today. We're going to definitely have to keep it. Minute and a half is what we're going to have to do. So make sure you capture the name of whoever you want to speak with, and follow up, because you're only going to get a brief intro today. Lynn, if everybody would go on mute, I'm going to move it to a speaker mode. Lynn, why don't you kick it off?
Lynn Donaldson. I help people from not being fired, and that's medical directors and product managers. I stop them from being fired by failing their product launch. You see, what we do is we help them, we take them by the hand from A to Z, and we help them develop their strategy and then implement that strategy so that at the end of the day, they have a successful launch. And what that means for you as people is next time you reach for your pill box or for your medical device, think of me, because what I do is I help those products get to market by working with the people who pull them through to market. So we work with our clients in medical devices and pharmaceuticals to stop them being fired so they can have a successful product launch and soar in their career.
That's great. So your best leads, I assume, are people in pharmaceutical companies and medical device companies who are responsible for launch, medical directors, that kind of person?
Medical directors and product managers, yes, please.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ken Simon.
I'm not used to being number 2. Ken Simon, I KBS marketing. I work with small and mid-sized companies, helping them understand who their customers are, what their needs are, and then to develop the appropriate strategy for them to use to grow their business. I usually work with financial service companies, tech companies, startups, companies that have little or no marketing help or capability, or they're looking to augment their marketing services. People usually bring me in when they're launching a new product, their marketing is not working and they don't know why, and I usually find out that they're not talking to the right customer, they're not talking to their customer. So I help them develop the strategies that they need to grow their business. And I've worked with tech companies. I'm working with a company that makes a device. I spoke about this before, that uses artificial intelligence to identify birds in your backyard. I've worked with agents and brokers, insurance agents and brokers. I may be working with a company that does metadata. So, I work with all different types of companies. And I think that's it. That's all the time I have.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Mindy, are you still here? Do you want to go next since you have to run out? Mindy, she might have. She dropped off.
She dropped off. She said she could only pop in to say hello. She got her books this evening.
Okay, got it. So next person is Mark Herre. Go for it, Mark.
Hi, Mark Herre. Thanks for pronouncing my name correctly. It's German. It means gentleman. My company that I work with has been around for 26 years, called SEO Game, and it provides a performance-based white label service, which works really well for digital marketers. Do any of you use high level, or for your CRM or anything? Because these digital marketers today, the SEO companies that I work for, they're fantastic at using this platform. I'm looking for anyone that that uses high level or any marketing service for theirs as a CRM, and they're a digital marketer or SEO company. I work behind the scenes for them to help them with all their rank delivery services. And we do it in 30 days. We do trials for no rank, no pay get your website on the first page of Google. So if you have any contacts, just chat with me on the LinkedIn. That's it.
Very cool. What is it about High Level that is appealing?
All the digital marketers that are using High Level are on the path of niching their businesses, and they're just in full growth mode. I work with digital marketers that are in that full growth mode.
Okay. Great. Next up, Michael Falato.
Hello, Michael Bendit. I do lead gen, email, and roundtable automation. I basically send out 20 to 30,000 emails a month, do about 150 to 200 in-mails or invites a day on LinkedIn, and then set up these types of roundtables that we're doing right now for clients that want to basically try to get leads by educating or sharing ideas. And grew my company to about 75,000 a month over the last 12 months. So it's going pretty well, and helped a couple of companies go from 250 to about $2.8 million. So things have been going well. That's about it.
What kind of company was the one that went from 250 to 2.8 million?
It was an IT company that does boots on the ground IT support. Most of my companies are small, trying to get larger to mid clients.
That's a nice boost.
Yeah.
All right. Bryce Wade.
Hey everybody, I am Bryce Wade from Mind of a Marketer. We were a marketing technology company for quite a while, but we're kind of moving away from SEO right now. So we're moving into other services that work well with other marketing agencies. And what we're doing right now is we're raising money for nonprofits. So anybody that takes credit card or Interact payments, we essentially bid on the fees for that, save some money, and ask that you donate 10% to your favorite charity. So I'm looking for nonprofits to work with right now. I had a really good talk with Scott Lang a couple weeks ago. I'm probably going to be working with him using that structure because he works with a lot of nonprofits. My ask for today is really simple. I'm going to keep it brief today. My ask for everybody is really simple. If you know anybody that's interested in gold and silver bullion to protect against the declining value of the dollar, both mine and yours, I'm in Canada, I have a wholesale program that you can either get spot plus 7%, which is significantly cheaper than almost everywhere else. And you can also do a leveraged account. So if you're interested in that or know anybody that's interested in gold, silver, bullion, please let me know. And we have a referral program. So if you refer, I will pay you for that as well. So Bryce Wade, gold and silver, and payment processing to help charities. Thanks.
Quick question, even though you only have 8 seconds left. How do you make money? Do you make a cut on the credit card fees for the not-for-profits? I assume that's part of your business, right?
Yeah, so one of the structures that we do with the nonprofits is we actually pay them as well. So we share some of the fees with them. So we become a direct contributor to the nonprofit as well. So it's win-win for everybody. Save the company some money, nonprofits get paid, you get paid, everybody gets paid.
Love Mind of a Marketer. They're always coming up with interesting models.
Yeah.
All right. That was Bryce. Allie Skyler.
I'm up. Hi, everybody. Michael, thanks for inviting me today. Appreciate it. I am Allie Skyler. I work with my husband, Jamie Greenberg, and our business is called Capitalize on Your Uniqueness. And we work with coaches, speakers, executives, all types of emerging entrepreneurs or expert entrepreneurs that are really looking to learn how to package, market, and monetize their expertise. We work with a lot of people who have been in business for a while that have all this great ideas, but they don't know how to organize it. They don't know how to put it together in a way that they can really create a credible program that gives them a lot more visibility in their market and in their industry. And the two things that we really focus on first is helping people find the differentiators. That seems to be tough for a lot of people. How do you stand out in your market? And then taking that differentiator and we put it into their signature work, but in a way that we create a business platform for them. So we're not just about helping people figure out how to put together one course, because a business is not built on a course. It's built on a platform where we help them put together their brand, we help them put together their products, programs, and services. We help them put together their content marketing foundation. We also help them put together their programs and their offers. So we're all about helping people who are interested in supporting other people learn how to put together a really powerful program that has a step-by-step process that allows people to really achieve an exceptional result.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I met Allie. So I was introduced to her, and we found out that her parents and my parents lived, half a block away from each other, and West 74th Street.
You probably, that's right.
I did too, yeah, for many years. All right, let's move on. Rich Bontrager.
It's Bontrager, but that's okay. That's a very cool way to say my name. No one gets it right. That's why everyone calls me Trigger. So perfect right there. I'm here because Jon invited me. Great job today, Jon. Thanks for having me come along today. I am the CEO and founder of Rock the Stage Media. I'm a broadcaster of over 30 years of experience behind the microphone and TV. I now run Rock the Stage Media, which is designed to help you shine with your brand authority. Whether you're an author, speaker, entrepreneur, you are the brand voice and the brand authority. I run events, produce media, podcasts, streaming events, and create content for you to show your expertise better and better. We're now all in a media-centric world, so I coach you on media skills to help you get better podcasts, interviews, and create content that's going to pop off the screen and make you shine better.
Wow. I think there may be some overlap with Allie, but probably some opportunities for synergy as well. And also probably you're already working with Jon, I assume.
Jon and I are doing a few things, maybe.
All
right, Jon?
Similar spaces, great opportunity. It sounds like you've got a unique set of skills that not that many people have.
Michael, can you add David Falato to the end there?
I added him. Thank you. I added him at the end. Let's see. That now Dean Schwartz. Dean, are you with us?
Just got to unmute, and then I'm going to first jokingly say really quick here. Does anybody know what Brown Friday is? And Brown Friday is the busiest day of the year for those that are plumbers. There are 50% more calls because everybody has clogged their sink on Thanksgiving. So don't forget to add Brown Friday to your list as a marketing person. Jokingly, with that, moving on, my background is in marketing technology. I'm an optimizer of marketing technology for, I'm going to say, sales productivity, marketing ROI and revenue growth. And the model that I work off is with Zoho CRM. So I don't know how many people here are familiar with Zoho. Zoho is what we now call the world's favorite CRM for a reason. There's over 60 million worldwide users, and most people don't know that. Zoho deploys at about a third or a quarter of the cost of either Salesforce or HubSpot. So it's really great value, and it includes over 45 different apps. I target businesses pretty much without a CRM. I deliver ROI metrics, dashboards for sales enablement. I'm an authorized Zoho partner for approximately 5 years. And if I can help anybody or help with any type of integrations, I'm more than happy to. So,
and Dean, you're not a member yet, right, of the Trusted Referral Network, or are you? Do you have a listing? That's the question.
I do not have a listing.
Okay, so you're a guest, but that's great. If you want to join, give me a ring and we'll figure it. We'll get you on. That's true, of course, for all of our marketing guests today. Okay, moving on. That was Dean. Sarita Jackson.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Sarita Jackson with the Global Research Institute of International Trade, where I save firms time, money, and minimize the risks in their global expansion process. And I do that by helping them to identify the right markets as well as leverage opportunities that gives them a competitive advantage in those markets. So just think of me or my firm, Grit as your partner in global research and strategy. I mainly work with small, mid-sized firms from these particular industries. I can work with any industry, but the main core of my client base is from the food manufacturing sector or agriculture sector. So if you know of anyone in that industry that is looking to expand globally, they may already be selling a product overseas and they're looking to identify other markets or either come to the US market, think of me and let me know. Also, one of the other things is that a few months ago, or since the summer, actually, I've partnered with Corpay. So if anyone that's in international business that's being affected by the strong US dollar that needs assistance with currency exchange risk management, let me know. That's a new service that we're offering as well to help in that space. Thank you. And my information is in the chat.
Very cool. And I guess that opportunities are growing for import to the US because of the strong dollar?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. That was Sarita. Rochelle.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's Rochelle, and it's I'm from Dynamic Business Growth, and I always say that it's dynamic business growth and not schlep along business growth. And I just find that so many business owners have a really rough time in explaining what they do in a compelling way. Very often they're boring, common, and pretty dull. And if I kind of tune out, I'm assuming that so many other people do. When speaking about your business, I always ask one simple question. Are you storytelling or boring telling? Do you have a great story that demonstrates your expertise? And based on that story, I'm going to get to see that you're the clear and only choice. And creating a lot of these dynamic stories is where I do some of my best work. So I am looking for, entrepreneurs, solo practitioners who really struggle with articulating what the heck they do so that they can, create that connection to their ideal client, and also sales teams. Sales teams need to know a way to kind of, make themselves pretty compelling. And that's it. And I'll put my
New York. All right. Moving on. Thank you so much, Rochelle. Rochelle, Mark Iorio.
Thanks, Michael. Got it. I got the Iorio part down. Thank you. And thanks for introducing me to Jamie and Allie. I didn't realize they were husband and wife, but I am now working with them. So thank you for that. We have a business that helps organizations align their brand and culture. We do that with a tool that we've designed that is an instrument that is basically psychological and emotional at the same time. We love working with clients that understand that working together as a team is critical to the success of the organization, and leaders that kind of move beyond the rhetoric and into the implementation phase of aligning their people with their purpose. The whole notion of this is it's not just an organizational change management program, but it's a marketing communications program as well that kind of traverses the mountain at two different faces. So you've got consistency in all your marketing messaging, in your sales messaging, and then operationally with all of your behavior, all pointing basically to the North Star of your organization. So we have two programs. BCAT is one, Brand and Culture Alignment Toolkit, a more extensive program. And then we just recently launched a half-day workshop called Pro Fit for Teams, which is all done in real time right in front of the audience. So thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. I have my financial advisor runs a group of about 20 people. I think he might be interested in doing something like this. Okay. Moving on. Absolutely. Faith Tomases. Faith, are you with us? Is she still here?
Am I muted?
There you go. There you go.
Hi, everyone. I'm Faith Tomases. I am a message maker. Essentially, I help people or companies articulate what their message is and say who they are and what they want to be, and put that message into a succinct manner as possible. So I do a lot of copywriting, I do name development, I do website writing. I also do brand strategy planning, where I go even further in the back to help clients understand what they really want to be and what their position is in the marketplace, and how that all gets integrated into the marketing communications and visuals, particularly logo design. And I work very closely with designers doing the planning for logo design and package design and marketing communications pieces. And so I'm just looking for anybody that needs some freelance communications assistance, direct and to the point.
Very direct and to the point. You also work with other agencies, from what I understand.
Yes.
Okay. Jon Stamell.
Hi, I am, as Michael said, Jon Stamell, and I am co-founder of a company called Umiji, which is a customer engagement platform which enables companies to build out personas of their customers based on their interests, their needs, and their perceptions, and to segment them without any limitation for personalized marketing. I've demoed the platform for a couple of you here, Mark and Bryce and Michael, and so we've had some really good discussions. We'd be happy to demo it for any of you who are interested. We've combined 5 marketing stacks into one, including a version of CRM, acquisition and measurement of tactical programs, market research, email marketing, and customer measurement in the Net Promoter Score. And you can segment from any part of the platform. They're all integrated. We've simplified a lot of what a lot of other platforms do, and be thrilled to show it to any of you. We work with agencies, we work with companies, we do a lot of work in wine and spirits, food and beverage, luxury products, publishing, and nonprofits.
Interesting.
How do you spell emoji?
Oomiji. It's on umiji.com.
Umiji, yeah, it's a tough one. All right. Moving on. Thank you, Jon. Keith Reynolds, then David Libby.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Keith Reynolds. How many of you work for a CEO who has no marketing strategy? I work with CEOs and companies in the technology, finance, professional services are primarily my main experience, and I help them develop marketing strategy as well as to do some high value things that really help connect them with customers and referral sources as well as networking opportunities. And I do that through areas of specialization, like helping develop content hubs that are helpful, not the who we are, what we do, buy my stuff kind of websites, but actually helpful during the buying process. Roundtables, podcasts, and events to help them connect with peers or to invite customers or potential customers to be a guest. Coaching around marketing automation and CRM so that you get lead nurturing done. I'm not the technical side of it, but more the implementation side. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it sounds like some of your clients might benefit from the Umiji platform. So maybe you and Jon should talk. It sounds like that segmentation might be very useful. All right. David Libby, then Rajiv.
Hey everybody, I'm David Libby with twopins.com. Marketers like you have technology clients that need public relations. We have a marketing agency that hired us because their client just has no news. Their client has nothing they think to publicize. And because I've been a public relations person for close to 30 years, I've helped them get media in a very hard time to secure media. So we write content and we place the content in media. That's twopins.com. I posted my information in the comments section. Thanks, everybody.
Is that a shift back? Because I know you were shifting toward more general marketing. Are you, or is this just?
Yeah, the agency and as a whole, Two Pins does marketing, content, and PR, but my focus is specifically really on PR because I've been a PR person for close to 30 years for technology companies.
And he lives in the right part of the
Is
world.
David, is that 2 pins, like 2 pins?
Yeah, like number 2, pinz.com, which will take you right to link.
Yeah, and you
Thanks
can find
very
him. Yeah, you'll find him that way. Okay.
I'm the trusted referral.
Exactly, on the Trusted Referral Network. Rajiv, then Joan.
Clients reach out to me after character assassination on TMZ and Eyewitness News. The bad press is killing their business and causing them to lose millions of dollars in deals that didn't close. This is also ruining their personal lives. And these are some of my clients' top concerns and where I do my best work. My name is Rajiv Jadhav, CEO of R-Square Media, an award-winning reputation management company based here in New York City. My superpower is knowing how to deal with these crazy sensitive situations and getting rid of all that junk, the bad press, the misinformation, the scandal fast, getting that deleted from Google, social, and the internet really fast. After this, clients can now show their face in public again. If you know anyone who is dealing with any sort of predicament that's like this, please let me know. Let's have a conversation because you get paid, I get paid, and the client gets taken care of. How sweet is that? I'll leave my info in the chat. Thank you.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Yeah,
Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's in trouble right now. All right. Moving on. Joan Abraham, then David Falato, and then John Parsons.
Hello, everybody. And I just have to say, Michael's network is terrific, and Michael is terrific, and Henning is fabulous. Thank you so much for that connection. I can't tell you, he's not here tonight. Basically, the name of my company is stylebranding.com, Style Branding Inc. And we create content for social media. I come out of the fashion retail industry, and the purpose of the content is to entertain as well as offer a product placement opportunity. They're 30 to 50-second stories, and what makes them unique is that they're video, they're storytelling, they're episodic, and they are affordable. We're selling 10 stories for $15,000. I'm desperately looking for direct-to-consumer retailers, brands, or any multi-store brands that would be interested in testing with us and getting a fantastic price. And everything would be tracked so we can prove how we improve their sales. So that's what my ask is. If anybody knows anybody, I would really love the information. And, you know, we're designed to put a smile on people's faces every day when they get their emails.
I have a potential intro for you to a guy who does e-commerce consulting, and he works a lot with DTC companies and multi-store brands.
Oh, that would be wonderful, Michael.
Okay.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate Henning.
Yeah, it's great. I thought I saw him on today's, but I guess he didn't show up today. Okay. I was probably looking at his LinkedIn, so his mind is his picture's in my mind. David Falato.
Hey everyone, my name is David Falato. The company that I'm one of the owners of is called Nadel. We're based out of Los Angeles. We've got about 26 offices worldwide. We manufacture and create promotional products and swag for the most part. We do a lot of custom microsites over the past several years. A lot of people being at home, or we build sites where people can distribute promotional items through there. We've done over probably about $2 billion in online company store sales over the past 20 years. We do apparel, awards, packaging. So if you guys are doing like holiday gifts or custom uniform programs, or if you got some sort of marketing kind of piece you want out there, we can definitely create it for you. We have in-house designers, and we'd love to help. And if we can, it's nadel.com is the website. I put my information in the chat.
NAD, your head is blocking the Nadel. Is it NADEL?
Sorry, head's a little big there. Nadel, NADEL.com.
There you go, NADEL.com.
Yep.
Wonderful. So
Thanks,
you are related how to Michael?
He is my cousin, my older cousin.
All right. I think you brought another cousin on that did financial advisory work, right?
My cousin Vinny.
Vinny, my cousin Vinny. Okay. Let's move on. And David, if you like the group, let me know. You're definitely providing a marketing service. Yeah. Jon Parsons.
I just want to say, Michael and David, I love you have the same office designer, I see.
We do. Yes.
We're right next to each other, kind of.
That's right. He's in the other window.
same conference table too.
That's right.
And anyhow, I've sort of shot my wad here. Anybody have any more questions about video or ghostwriting? I'm also a nonfiction ghostwriter, so fire away.
Yeah, now is a good time for. So I have a question about that. Is the media? Is it what kind of file is it? Is it a video file or is it some sort of HTML with?
It's all HTML5. It's an HTML5 package with an index file and a set of resources that include JavaScript, MP4 for video, MP3 for audio, a variety of files that are packaged together and delivered to either almost any webmaster. Someone with basic skills like me, like really low basic skills, could upload it to a subdirectory like I did. I put the links to the three prototypes we built in the chat, so you can browse those at your leisure. And if there's comments or something doesn't perform well, because some of them are still in test mode, I put my information, or I'll put my information in the chat. You can please feel free to ask any questions. And
the other question I had
because we're still in development.
Are you looking to partner with other video production companies to make this available?
Yes. Okay. That's a sweet spot for us, is marketing firms that want just regular video content, because we do produce non-interactive content, but people who have video production capabilities are talking about discussing how to make their content more interactive, more as a bite-sized deliverable. We have done, I took a chapter of my book and tried to turn that into one of these. Large documents are still problematic because of the file sizes, but we're working with a developer to get a better version of like a flip book with video down the road. Right now, I have a prototype that I'd be happy to show people, but it's a little clunky right now.
A little clunky. So there's some video production companies in the group, Big Work Digital and Loop 7, people you might want to reach out to.
I definitely will. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go since we have just about 3 minutes left. Yeah. So my name is Michael Bendit. My core business is doing sales representation for software development teams. Hence my question about file formats for, things like video, et cetera. So I have enough technical knowledge to be dangerous and to sell the services and connect people to the right teams for what they need. I just had a call last week from somebody who hadn't spoken with in a while. They wanted to develop a mobile app, or they want to develop a mobile app. Actually, they want to fix the mobile app that somebody else tried to develop for them, and it failed. So now they need a team that can do it right. And some of my questions were, what is the platform you're using? Do you want to use a domestic team or an offshore team? With an offshore or dual shore team, you're going to save a lot of money. Dual shore team is going to give you the benefit of having somebody here in the US that you speak to, but still saving maybe about 50 to 60% on an hourly basis or on the total project. And I should be getting a proposal today from that team for me to review. I tweak it. I know the client well. They know the technology well. Together, we put together a proposal that is, has a very good chance of winning. And that's what I do. Best leads for me are small digital marketing agencies. We do a lot of work with agencies that don't want to do the programming or don't have the skill set in-house to do the programming to build out complex and sometimes simple websites, or e-commerce, or mobile. So I didn't miss anybody, did I? All right.
No, but I was actually looking for David's contact information. I didn't see it.
David
Falato.
Falato.
Sorry, yeah, I guess there's a couple here.
I don't know if there are any others, but David, drop your LinkedIn or something in the chat.
I'm actually banned from LinkedIn, so anything else other than LinkedIn would be helpful.
You're banned from LinkedIn. Oh my God.
Yeah, they didn't appreciate me talking about the dystopia in China right now.
Oh, really? All right, maybe you'll get back on. Is there any chance of recuperation or resurrection?
Definitely not.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I just
so
dropped it.
there it is. Now would be a good time to go to the chat, open it up, and click on the 3 buttons on the right that says more, and then save chat, which is the first option. That way, everything that anybody has put in there will be there. For any of the guests who have an interest potentially in joining, let me know. One of the keys to joining is you get a listing, and you get all of my you get a weekly invite. You get the newsletter, which is really basically focused on logistics. And I'm trying to obviously connect people who are members to each other. They're my first priority. When somebody says, "Oh, I need an XYZ," I go first to the Trusted Referral Network and figure out who do I know that does XYZ. Make sure you connect with at least one other person in the group between now and perhaps next week. And I hope to see you next week. Enjoy the rest of the week. And
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Take care.